You did not read the title incorrectly. Here we go again. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is either going to be accepted with welcome arms, or this video is going to be get some stick. God guys, where do I even start? And I've only got 15 minutes to film this because I've got to go do the school run. But you know what I'm like. When I have something on my mind, I have to speak it here and now. I can't hold it in, I have to speak it here and now. Now, the last couple of weeks, well, God, when haven't I been struggling on a diet or weight loss forever? The last couple of weeks have been open about how I've been finding calorie counting. I find it difficult. I've been trying to do like daily vlogs to try and help keep me accountable, and I've been trying all these different things to just really try and help me on my journey. And I've had a few comments on like the last couple of vlogs I did, because I was saying how I was struggling, I was hungry, I was feeling a bit weak, and I was still like hitting my protein, I was hitting my calorie goals. To be fair though, it was like nearly the time of the month when I was filming them, so I think that's why I felt like so lethargic. But I had quite a few comments saying like, why don't you just join back to Slimming World? The reason I quit Slimming World the last time was because I was given an opportunity to work with a nutritionist. I'd won a competition, but after speaking to her for like just over a week, I felt like it wasn't the right thing for me, because it was very sort of like, it was really structured of like, this is what you're eating every day. And for me, that just doesn't work, because I was finding it difficult to fit it around with the kids, just family life in general. So I kind of knew it wasn't going to work for me. So before I actually quit to kind of go down that route, I was actually really happy on the plan. I was doing it from home. I was doing my weigh-ins live. I didn't have the pressure from weigh-ins at group, which I always found really difficult. And I was happy. But when this opportunity came up, I felt like I couldn't give it up. So I tried it, it didn't work. And then I think I just naturally went on to calorie counting at that point. So there wasn't anything which kind of made me go, I'm not doing Slimming World anymore. It was just that this opportunity had come up, and then it kind of naturally just then went into calorie counting, and that's how we got to that point. And I've always been, with Slimming World, I've always been really open and honest about Slimming World, even when I've been on plan. I love it and hate it. That's my honest opinion on Slimming World. There's parts that I love and there's parts that I hate. I love that I don't have to track every single thing. I love that it's kind of encouraging you to eat the things from earth, if that makes sense. Like even your potatoes, your fruit, your vegetables, it's really encouraging you to kind of choose those options first before you kind of go to anything else. So I love that about it. And like your protein, it's your lean protein, your eggs, and you're still then having like your calcium in there, your fiber in there. So the plan itself, the overall plan itself, I really enjoy. What I dislike about Slimming World is the groups that I've personally been to have been quite toxic, and the way they talk about weight loss kind of, I'm a bit like, and that's why I decided I would never step foot in a group again, and I would stick by that. If I wanted to pay weekly, I would go and weigh and I would come away from it. Otherwise, I would just do it online. So yeah, and the way that it's like structured around just weight is something that I also don't agree with Slimming World. And some of the food parts as well, like when it's like blended berries or a cooked banana, I get why they're saying it, because you can eat a lot more than you would naturally just eat like that. But I think as long as you are conscious of what you're doing and how you are using that food, and you're not just taking advantage of it, I kind of think there's ways, yeah, that could be kind of looked at a little bit differently than how it's put into plan at the minute. I do think if you are on Slimming World, you have to be very open-minded with it. And it's, for me, I don't think I would be able to take everything at gospel once you've kind of looked at nutrition wise, you know what's a little bit of a grey area, and you know what kind of makes sense. It's the same with like pasta and things like that. Because I have counted calories, because I've counted I can't say calories, because I've counted calories previously, I kind of know what my portion should look like of pasta. I know once I've had my portion, I can't go back up and have another portion, because that's still calories. So kind of doing calorie counting really does give you that benefit of knowing how many calories are in things without actually counting every single calorie, and still Slimming World still giving you that structure that you need. So if you haven't guessed by this 10 minutes of rambling already, is I'm joining back Slimming World. Now I actually already have I can't remember how many weeks I took out, but I actually still already have that on my app from previously. So I'm kind of jumping straight back onto that. It hasn't been a decision I've taken lightly, but as I've mentioned over the last few weeks, I've really been struggling with my weight loss journey, and I've been honest about it. And do you know what? It's worth a try. And do you know what? I really think that if I'm consistent with it, that's something that I struggle with sometimes, is consistency. And calorie counting, I can do it for so long, but the fact that I have to count every single calorie, I mean, I am always a little bit flexible on things like your berries, because I know they're quite low in calories, but it does become quite draining. I'm not gonna lie, doing it every single day, which means that I don't do it every single day, because it becomes just too much. So I will end up doing a few days, and then because I haven't counted for that day, I will start off by eating something which I know is quite higher in calories, and then I'll think, well, I'm not tracking anyway, so I'll eat this and I'll eat this and I'll eat this. Whereas I kind of think I need that consistency. Whereas obviously if I'm doing Slimming World, I'm still quite, I still don't have the headache of like weighing everything, but I still have some kind of structure. And what I think I may do is like do Slimming World Monday to Friday, and then count calories Saturday and Sunday, so I can still have that little bit of flexibility. Because something I dislike about Slimming World is like when you go out for a meal, or do you know those things where you go out for a treat day? It's really difficult to track what you're having. So they'll always say just choose a jacket potato. If I'm going out for a meal, I'm not choosing a jacket potato. I don't go out for a meal very often. So if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna choose something that I fancy. So if I still wanna be on plan, I can always count the calories that day. So that's a kind of an idea of what I may or may not do. Or if I know I'm gonna have like a day out for the day, I may count calories, or I may just have a day off plan. I don't know. But I know I won't be going to group, I'll be weighing at home. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do weekly weigh-ins or whether I'll do monthly weigh-ins. I did start doing live weigh-ins on here, so that anybody else who kind of just wanted to join and let me know how they got on throughout the week, that they could kind of join and everyone could kind of chat together. I'm not sure if that's anything like I'm not sure if you guys enjoyed that, if you would want me to bring that back. Let me know in the comments. I don't know how this video is going to go down, I'm going to be completely honest, because I get a lot of stick when I change plans. But what I will say is, if my weight loss journey bothers you that much that you want to write a really negative and horrible comment, just don't watch. Just scroll on by. Honestly, just scroll on by. It's taking more energy for you to do that than it is to scroll. And that's, I don't usually come on here and be quite confrontational, but I just find it quite irritating when people have to comment on like, oh, she swapped again, oh, she's doing this again. Yeah, I am. It's my plan. It's my weight loss journey. That's what I want to do. If I want to swap over 10 times, I do it. And if you don't like it, don't watch. And that's me. I know that's a little bit of the sass coming out there, but honestly I get so fed up of those sort of comments, because I just think it really shouldn't bother you that much. It really shouldn't bother you. So, comment. I want to know your comments. Like, if you think it's like, oh god, if you put it in a nice way, honestly, I don't mind. It's just when it comes across like really, really negative. But I do get some which are like, oh, can't believe you, which I think is funny because I feel the same. I haven't even told Dan yet. He's gonna be like, seriously, Danielle, again? I'm like, again. Yeah, so we're gonna see how we get on. I feel like it's the right decision at the minute to do. I can always give it 6 weeks. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be on this forever. Slimming Well for me is not a forever plan. I know people say it's a forever plan. It's not a forever plan for me. It's a plan until I get to the point where I want to get to, and then I can just kind of do the maintenance work at that point. It's just the losing it which I find more difficult. Maintenance I'm okay with. So I'm hoping to get to a point that I want to get to. I've still got my, do you know how I did those Slimming World books? I've still got mine. I need to find it out. Because I do find with Slimming World, you really have to plan ahead. It's easier when you do it, but if you've not planned, it's harder. Because calorie counting, you can pick and choose whatever you want to have. You can get some out the freezer, you can get some out the cupboard. But when you are on Slimming World, if you do not plan, you will fail. And that sounds like quite negative, but that's the truth, because it is more structured in the things that you can and cannot eat, that if you've not planned ahead and got all the things in that you need for that week, then you may come up unstuck and you will find it. You might not necessarily fail, that's a bit of a negative comment to say, but you will come unstuck and you will find it more difficult because you won't have that free food to turn to, you won't have the protein to turn to, and then so you're going to be going into your sins then, which essentially is your high sugar, high fat food, which obviously won't keep you fuller for longer. Anyway, I could talk about this forever, but I need to do the school run, so I'm not going to. So, are you excited? Are you rolling your eyes? If you're rolling your eyes, you could probably just put a rolling eyes emoji or a love heart emoji if you're happy. Whatever you want to put, just we're not here for the negative vibes, we're here for the positive vibes only. And that's everything from me today, guys. I will catch you soon with, dare I say it, Slimming World content. Catch you in the next one.